Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, what called, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might stand a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, if you are a fan of pods, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking. And the song of the day is by Beyonce from the album Lemonade, which was released 2016. The name of the song is Freedom, featuring Kendrick Lamar, and currently sits at 74 million, 74 million, and the song is 4 minutes 49 seconds long, rather. So yeah, guys, it's 2024, man. We landed. How are you? How was your night? Or are you still sleeping? What's going on? Please do let me know of your day, and how are you planning to spend the first Monday to the first Sunday? What are the plans? Do let me know. For those of you who spent it with family. And I'm gonna talk to you about mine. Mine was very simple. I don't really have a lot. I didn't have a lot to do because I'm far away from like Joburg and everything that I know. Whereas I could have went to maybe the family that I know in Soweto, or the friends in somewhere in Joburg, or I could have done a lot of those things. But given the fact that I'm in the Vaal, I don't know a lot of people in the Vaal, so it was a bit hard, to kind of like maneuver. How do I go around this? Who do I talk to? How do I spend it here? Then I know for the past year or two, I've spent my 31st. Last year, I think I was at home, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I was at home in Soweto, and last year I was in still Soweto, but that's the first time I think I went to Mokubinjalo. I went to Zone 6. That was the first time. I think it was last year, if not last year. So I went out, and the year before that, I don't remember, but I think in 2020, I was in the van. I was here, if I'm not mistaken. 2019, I was here. Because 2020, it was COVID. And after COVID, December of 2020, it was after COVID. And I was somewhere. Or was it the Bruce? I don't know where I was on the date. I'm not sure. But I think between the Val and church or something. But I was between those places. I'm not quite sure at the moment where I was, but yeah, I think I was in Orange Farm 2020. 2020 I was in Orange Farm. Yes, I was in Orange Farm in 2020. So this year, I think it's one of those. I've spent a lot of New Year's and Christmases. Well, I think as you've heard in like the previous episodes, but a lot of the Christmases usually I spend them in church. There's always like Manyalo wedding ceremonies going on at church. So I spend my Christmas at church. So 2020 was at church. Years before that, church. Now I couldn't go to church. So because there was the wedding ceremony was postponed to Easter. So like we'll have that Easter. So it left a bit of a gap to say, usually in this time, this is what I do. I spend a lot of the time in like the 25th of December at church. So like this year, I didn't know what to do. And, I was still where I am now, talking to you guys. Released an episode where I was going through it, and I was like, I don't really know like what people do during this time. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. Like even yesterday I had a clear objective. I'm sleeping. I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not gonna see. And even where I am, like there's not a lot of people, so there's less like crickets or like more happy. There's less of that where I am. So there's a lot of like peace of mind for people who want to self-reflect, and like there's a lot of that. If you want time to figure things out, this is the best place to be. So come yesterday, because I did tell you like during the week last week I was sick, and like I was hella sick. So, yo, it's 2024. Even the date is shocking me. So, back to the story. Even last week, as I was saying, Kuti, I was very sick, right? I was very, very sick. So, started healing, started feeling better, I think, on Friday. Then Saturday, I was in between. I wasn't sure. Then Sunday, I'm not sure if you guys can still hear my voice, that, I still have something behind there. And should I do something stupid, or, I might trigger the flu again in the color pants. So, yeah. So, even now, I'm still like not sure what I'm fully healed, but I'm like 80% there, 90% there, So, I've still left it at 15% that I'm not sure, but I'm there. So, yesterday, my day, I was watching, guys, I was watching the finale of Billions. My God, the plot twist in there, like, I really appreciate the two series that I've been watching, which is Billions and Suits. And those might be like it for me, like the best series ever to be released for me. Those are the two series. I've watched Queen Sugar, I like it, and but these two, the twist and turns at the finale of both like series. Power, yeah, not Power. I was watching Power as well, but it's still Pop because it's still in between. Billions and Suits, oh my God. So those are the best, like the best series to watch, and it's just a pity that I just finished Suits. I finished Billions. I don't know if Billions is something released now, but I'm keen on watching what they have, and I'm so sorry, but I'd also like to see the progression of Suits. Where can they take it? And if we have a new Rachel, I'm fine, because we know like Prince Harry and the Deuces, what's and that is going on, so we won't have Rachel back on Suits. So I'm happy even to get a replacement for it. You know what I mean? I'm happy to get a replacement, but we need more. I need more. You know what I mean? I need more. So I really enjoyed those. I finished the episode of Billions yesterday. The finale was amazing. I enjoyed that about my day yesterday. Didn't do much. I ate bread. For the entire time I ate bread last week, even the weekend. Life of a bachelor. What can we say? So I ate bread. I tried to stay away from because I've been having a lot of sweets, and so it's been a lot of water and bread. Trying to keep it pure, my man. Trying to keep it pure. So bread, water. I've never had, like a well-cooked meal or Sunday dish. I haven't had that in a minute. But it is what it is, I'm not crying, sulking over that. No, I'm not. So yeah, that happened for me. For me, I don't think it's a big deal like to have cricket or to be. I think it's rather I have it this way than being in a space with people that you don't enjoy a company of, or being in a space with people that are drinking and you don't drink. It's still a vibe, but you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was better because I got to watch some of the episodes that I really like, the finales, and even when I was sleeping, I could hear like crickets in the background. I didn't have the itch to wake the next week or outside. Maybe it's growth. I don't know. Maybe I'm growing. Maybe I'm not. You know what I mean? So, but to conclude on everything in 2023, I think for me it's been 2023 has been a year of trials and tribulations. And, I've been tested a lot. I've resigned from my job. I started a podcast, of which I've always wanted to do. And building, I'm getting better. I started companies, partnership with friends. Like it's all around been a blessing for me. You know what I mean? Started speaking to Priest again. We're talking, obviously. So that's also an achievement. But, I need to this year, 2024, I'd speak on it, Dubuti. I'm reconnecting with myself again. I'm finding the love for myself, because this year, as much as I did so much and have been consistent, or I am still consistent, have been consistent with a lot of things that I've been doing. But the one thing that I'm not grateful for, the one book that I wanted to finish, I didn't finish it. The relationship that I have with myself is not as strong. I'm planning on fixing that. And like, that's the one area I'm like, oh, I concluded on 2023 without having to fix things with myself, you know what I mean? So that for me is just something I was like, oh well, it's just a bummer that I couldn't, but I still have the time, the life, it's precious. I'm grateful for, and every day of waking up, regardless of the year it is, it's still an opportunity for you to improve, to learn, to grow, to meet new people, explore new ideas, be creative, fall in love, fall out of love, block people. It's an entire experience, So I'm in that, and I'm just embracing it. And I just hope 2024 is less harsher to me, And as much as obviously the stakes become bigger and better, and there'll be more challenges, of course, because of what I want to achieve personally this year. There'll be more, things that are like they will need me to challenge myself more. They'll need me to go out of my box, to think out of the box. There'll be a lot of that. And, as I've asked to God, can I please have, the strength for Him to guide me in everything that I do, you know what I mean? And I've always been big on God. For those of you who didn't know, I'm big on God, I'm big on prayer. And, this year is one of those years where I'm like, God, see me through. And in a big way, I want to bring value to people's lives. I want to do A, I want to do B, I want to do C. You know what I mean? I want to do a lot of things, man. And more than anything, the things that I want to do, as much as they will benefit me, I want it to benefit other people as well. I am for sure going to open myself up to people who are exploring or creatively coming up with ideas that serve the higher purpose. I want to be more into those spaces with people that do more to offer value to the masses or to the populace. I want to be in those spaces, to be in those discussions, to be in spaces with individuals that are solving problems that are bigger than life itself. This is me this year, challenging, I know. One thing I've realized is that, as much as I am a brilliant individual as I am, I'm very creative, I'm genius, smart, and a lot of things I can add to that. But one thing I've realized that I lack of, it's the lack of being able to take a no. I can't, it always has to be yes. And this is how this is the context of the yeses that I need. I realized this is big. I need to break it down. So my yeses are this is my expectation, or have always been people always need to agree with everything that I say. And I've realized in some of the discussions or the meetings that I've had now and in the past, it always hit me hard when people don't agree with what I have, or it always hits me hard, and I hate the feeling, And I so wish I so wish that I can get over that stage where I'm whenever everybody sides against me, I'm at the point emotionally at the point where I'm able to take it and suck it in and be oh, okay, at the end of the day, that's the vision, that's the goal. we are moving. I need to get to without being offended or being in my feelings, because sometimes I realize I be in my feelings, and that's been one area of growth I think which I need to improve on. So I'm working on it, guys. So yeah, this is not going as it was supposed to, because we were supposed to talk about a lot of things on this episode. But yeah, man, this was really nice to do. I know the last time we released an episode that was 25 minutes long, supposed to be 30 and most. I could have stuck it up for the extra 5 minutes to make it 30, but consistent, discipline, hard work, I've put that in regardless, So thank you everybody for being with me from 2023. Now we're in 2024. In 2 months or 3 months time, we'll be celebrating the birth of the podcast. Man, it's been a journey. It's been, I'm grateful for everybody, man. The episodes, by then will be over 100 episodes. So yeah, man, I'm grateful for everything. So the song of the day is by Beyonce. It's called Freedom, featuring Kendrick Lamar. It was a part of an album that Beyonce released 2016, which is Lemonade. And one thing I love about the album is that the album altogether, it's in how Beyonce carries herself, though. She is able to show her bad bitch side, her classy side, her businesswoman side, and bro, she does it with so much elegance and class, even though it's bad bitchish. I don't know if that's a word, but she carries that so good, bro. And I just love Beyonce. Maybe my love for her is maybe the reason, I feel so much about that's maybe the reason that I love her so much, is the reason that some of these things that he does, I'm like, I'm a sucker for them. But it is what it is, man. So the song Freedom is 74 million. It's 74.7 million. Let me just say that, 74.7 million on Spotify alone. Imagine Apple, imagine Pandora, Tidal. I know it's less for Beyonce, but come on, guys. Beyonce is Beyonce forever. Will be, So yeah, let's meet after the break to discuss more on this new year. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Carol. Cheers. Welcome back to Backroomconvos. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Carol. Listen, if you're a fan of pot, stay tuned, because you might like what we're cooking. On today's episode, we are talking about your New Year's resolution. I did say or pointed out a few of mine, and without being specific, you can also do the same. Talk about New Year's resolution, your vision board. What would you like to have on your vision board? You know what I mean? And what have you achieved from 2023? And what are some of the traits or the things that you've learned in 2023 that you feel like they will carry you throughout 2024 and greater and in greater places, or going in greater places? So we were talking about that, shared my experience. For those of you who just joined us, I'm your host with the most, Lesego M, Report. So the song of the day is Freedom by Beyonce featuring Kendrick Lamar. The song was a part of an amazing body of work, or an LP, an album called Lemonade, which was released 2016 by Beyonce. The song is 4 minutes 49 seconds long. I don't know why I keep on saying 50 something. It's 4 minutes 49 seconds long, and it's currently sitting at 700. It's sitting at 74.7 million currently on Spotify. I know it's small for Beyonce, but it is what it is, man. So yeah, what are you guys doing now? Your New Year's resolution, the lessons you've learned, do leave those on our comment sections. Do let us know what we also need to do as part of the podcast for our birthday. Leave those in the comment section, and we'll make sure to get through to you guys. Do comment on the comment section what we need to do as a podcast for for growth and, for the betterment of the podcast. And don't be shoot, just shoot, don't think about my feelings, don't think about my feelings, just shoot. And if there's a place that I need to improve or our expansion, just share those ideas, because I just was thinking about an amazing concept of like the podcast and the next steps that we need to do. There's just has been a lot of those, and 2024, as I said, it's a big year for everybody. We just need to be intentional about everything that we do on a daily basis. Be consistent, be hardworking, be disciplined, and I think that's very important, man. It's very important. I can't stress how much that is so important, or it's so critical for anything that you do in life. You want to achieve, you want to be a soccer player, you want to be an entrepreneur, the greatest entrepreneur, you want to be the greatest singer, greatest rapper, greatest producer, greatest singer, greatest lyricist. It's all within the works of putting the hours, the 10,000 hours. Put in your 10,000 hours and you will reap those benefits and go beyond even. It's not about reaching the 10th hour mark, but it's all about like pushing until you get what you want and going beyond that, and I've done that so much in my life, and it's simple to do that for someone else. Surprisingly, it's simple for me to wake up and be like, I'm going to do that for that company, so they'll pay me at the end of the year. I'll get my bonuses for that company. Not a lot of people in the business or people who want to be entrepreneurs. There was an era, I want to talk about this though, like I'll just keep it in mind, you just need to work and be consistent, and it's harder for these people because maybe a part of me understands Ubuti. Starting a business is not easy. Starting a business is not easy. Funding, don't, and sometimes you just lose motivation, but you don't need motivation, you need discipline, and sometimes working for someone else, it's just an easier thing to do, It's just an easier thing to do because you just put in A, you get B. You put in A for a month, you get. So when you are or you are building something from scratch or the bottom, it's not the same case. It's not the same case because you don't know the turnover time. I'll be there in this year, I'll be wherever in this year, or when I'll be getting my first client. You don't know that. Nothing is guaranteed, So you obviously go through a lot of hurdles, a lot of no's, a lot of doors that are shut, and it's a part of the process. You need to be able to go through that to get to wherever you want to get, And I think a part of me, you find there's a lot of people with a lot of entrepreneurial mindset, but they don't have the courage or the bravery to be like, okay, I'll be able to stomach this for like 5, 6, 10 years or 2 decades, as long as I'm doing what I love, which is for me content creation for people, be it in video, be it in writing lyricism, be it in podcasting, So not a lot of people can stomach that. Some people feel like they need to be recognized area or get there. I put in so much work, so I'm expecting this, it doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of investment for you to get to a place where you can even sit back and be like, oh, I can take A, B, and C, give it to these people, where you can even start to talk about payroll or paying people or hiring people, And this is me talking about rock bottom. It's like rock bottom, where you don't have any influence, you don't have any dates, But Rome wasn't built on one day, guys. It takes a break at a time, and at some point you'll be very grateful that you started and you were able to get wherever you are. And I know what is the reality that obviously you go into social media, you see your peers driving the latest in Dondoni, drinking the wines, or being in expensive restaurants, or you guys are on a different level. You're on a different level. You're not on the same page because they are working for somebody. You are in the page of working for yourself, building for yourself. So don't be too hard on yourself. But see, I could have just, worked a 9 to 5 and I would have been sitting with Martha or sitting with Jocolin or sitting with Makwena or sitting with Alpen or, passing the shame. Like my point is that, like, you don't need to look at those things and let them distract you from your vision. You know what I mean? Because I also like see those things, but for me now, like I've went through that. Now I look and be like, oh, like this is nice to see. Some people are going, up in life. They are improving, or like, like they're being exposed. So you get to see different sides of people that you didn't get to see before. You're like, oh, okay, at least I'm learning more about this person, and I'm happy for their process. They've worked however they worked, and they are where they are now because of the hard work they put in. That's how I think you should look at it, just to appreciate, show gratitude, be like, oh God, like at some point I also would like to be in a phase where I don't have to stress about the next client or how I'm pitching to the next sponsors, or like to live a life without stress about, it's a different stress when people entrepreneurs, it's a different stress when you're an entrepreneur, you're running your own business, and the stress where you are like working for someone else as an employee. Yes, you do have stress, but your stress in comparison to the person who's running their own business, it's different stresses, guys. It's different stresses. So that's why I said before, but it's not the same page. It's not the same page, and it's unfair for you to be putting yourself in the same page as those people. At some point, you get to sit down with them, and maybe hopefully things are good, and you're able to buy whatever. I don't drink, so like, you're able to sit down and eat some ice cream or coffee date and be like, yo, bro, like we got to wherever we got. You living a dream, I'm living my dream. But till the day, you need to push. You need to go hard. As hard as it may seem, as depressing as it may seem, as stressful as it may seem, you always need to be consistent, disciplined, and focused, And resilience plays a huge role even, And I look at people's stories and I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. This person is able to build this over a period of 20 years. Look at Joe Rogan and what he started to podcasting and where he is today and where he started. You will see it with you. If he didn't do that, maybe he might have regretted now today with had I started 20 years ago, go ahead and, like, I don't want to live that life, anymore, because I've lived in it and I've tried for sure, like, to incorporate. Then I was like still like building the record label and wanting to incorporate, work with artists and how I can release their music under my label. And I was like, it's doable, yes, doable, but given the 9 to 5 that I was working and get home, I'm tired. And I only have like a limited time to think about what really makes me happy. And you're like, I'm giving so much time to them, and I only have like 2 hours, 3 hours for myself, It's for me that it doesn't seem like a fair equation, You need to do more things that serve who you are, like, be it music, do more of that, bro. Do more of that, and everything else you can do 5%, 3%, 2%, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I've lived that, and I failed. Definitely, I failed, but I started to do more. Obviously, there is challenges like any other thing. You start from the bottom. You won't have people supporting you, but you'll get to a place where people are like, yo, I really enjoyed this, or like you'll get to a that point eventually, of which it is coming if you use the same discipline, consistency, focus into that one thing and pour your all, your love to that thing. You will reach it. I kid you not, you will reach it. So yeah, I think I had a lot to say, about this episode, but more than anything, I just wanted us to keep pushing, guys. Let's work together, let's collaborate, let's make something out of nothing, guys. And one of the greatest quotes that are now from Grant Cardone, he says, use what you have until what you have gives you what you want. Oh, I'll repeat it again. Use what you have until what you have to give you what you want. So I think that's how it is, guys. Wherever you are, whatever you have, use that to start. Use that to get you to the next milestone. You might be an audio interview today. Tomorrow it's a video interview. The next it's a video in YouTube, or like it's a video in TV. You understand? Next time it's a live segment. Next time it's a podcast tour. Next time is like model shows. Next time is there'll always be that an optimistic or progression from where you are if you put in the hard work. But the trick is in not even the trick, but the magic is in starting. Everything big that you see, that you envision, it's all in like the step that you take today. It's in the decision that you are taking today. And I think for this episode, man, that's all I had. And for those of you who don't know, I think I mentioned it in the first segment. You will see, I don't celebrate my New Year on the 1st of January because my New Year starts in September. There's a whole reason behind that, and it can take an entire hour or two to talk about it. But for those of you who are celebrating it, shout out to you, man. You've made it to the New Year. Do the most out of this. Milk it to your ultimate. For those of you who are owning a emotional side, you're going back to work. Good luck to you and solving those problems. You know what I mean? For those of you, papalas, you are not listening to the podcast, shout out to you too. You know what I mean? For those of you who are growing today, happy birthday to you, man. And to myself, man, thank you for pushing to this point. Thank you for releasing 69 episodes of Backroom Convos. I thank you, Lesego. I see more for you, boy. Keep on going, keep on building, keep on loving, keep on bringing the amazing guests, and keep on doing greater things, my boy. Because with consistency, discipline, focus, and hard work, there's nothing you can't achieve. The world is your oyster. Thank you for listening to Backroom Convos, man. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, report, aka Shoot Your Shot. And maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Kyle. The book of the day is by Brené Brown. The name of the book is Desire to Lead. Oh, this fits well too, given that we've spoken about this, and for those of you who want to have like those tough conversations, this is the book, Brave Work, this is the book, and I'm so good. And it wasn't planned to see I was gonna talk about that. I have an entire episode planned, but I didn't talk about any of that. Don't know why I did it, but it happened. And this second episode will be released later on today with whatever we've spoken about now. So this is the first. So that's it, the book for the day. The book for the day was by an author called Brené Brown. The name of the book is Dare to Lead. On Google, users rank this book 85%, but people on the reviews are complaining about some of the I'm so sorry about that. Some of the stuff in the book. So I read one review, and I'm not gonna read it out loud because I want you guys to go and read it and give it your honest opinion in the comment section. I don't want to for you to see the comment and you're I don't think that book is worth it. You know what I mean? So the book was released on the 9th of October 2018. Please let me know what you think of the book. So as I did mention, Ukuti, this is the end of the episode. Let's end it with the high note. The name of the song for today is Freedom. Entrepreneurs, Freedom by Beyonce featuring Kendrick Lamar. Let's meet again later on today on another episode of Backroomconvo. Cheers.